blood, guts, gore. We are about to go on a journey as we follow along with our overpowered protagonist, as he makes his way through the trials of the Otherworld, in order to defeat the final boss, the Demon King himself. Alright, let's go. Our story begins with our boy walking past a mound of monster bodies that he just defeated, a single hand being used, as he drags a large blood-soaked hammer behind him, moving it along the ground as it leaves a single path of streaking blood stains. We then move on to a bridge, held up with broken chains, bodies beaten and battered, streaks of blood, severed limbs, and defeated monster bodies litter the way. Our boy, still dragging his hammer as he makes his way across the bridge, leaving a wake of dead and violently defeated monsters. We are approaching the end of the bridge, as we see a beast of a guy standing on a demonic emblem, underneath a large magic circle, radiating a bright yellow glow, looking like it is made of a fire-type energy. A close-up of the monster. We see that he is a ram-type beast. Large curling horns protrude from his head, equipped with a nose ring, as the ram dude is watching all of his buddies being dispatched with ease. He has his eyes on our boy, and he approaches the large open corridor that he is currently standing in. Fear? Is this the feeling of fear? This human. He's too much for me to handle. I have watched him kill many, like it is nothing for him. Am I, the ruler of terror, feeling fear towards another being? And in that moment, we see one of the last remaining minions, attempting a sneak attack, from behind our boy, the ram guy, silently wondering, who is this man? Yes. Protect your ruler of terror. Destroy this man. Our main boy, however, is not new to this. The minion, floating midair, has a look of terror on his face, a flamed sword in his hand. Our boy, hammer still resting on his shoulder, seems as if he's ready to add another notch onto his monster kill count, standing tall like a Chad. And just like that, slight smirk on his face, our boy charges up his golden hammer with a bluish-white streak of energy, as he cocks back what looks to be a baseball swing attack that effortlessly strikes the minion right in the face, upon impact emitting a bright glow of white and blue hues, displaying his dominance. Just in case the ram dude is still wondering if he should be afraid, the answer is yes. Yes, he should be very afraid, because with that single swing our boy just decapitates the minion's head from his body, leaving behind specks of glowing ambers, black-looking brain matter, and gray ashy particles where the minion's head used to be. With his newfound confirmations, Ram Dude throws up both of his hands in front of him as he begins to say, What do you want, human? I will grant you everything you desire. Just then, we see the huge golden hammer flipping through the air. In a moment of shock and terror, Ram Dude, frozen in fear, can only watch as the hammer makes contact, bonking him in the chest. The hammer reflects off Ram Dude, flipping back into the hand of our main boy. With the self-assist, our boy is about to alley-oop, slam dunk his ass. But before that, a dazzling display of energy is emitted from the now glowing hammer. Lights of green and yellow energy as our boy clutches his hammer with both hands, effortlessly and skillfully leaping into the air, meters above the ram beast, brilliantly emitting a fully charged energy of the hammer. The ram dude then says, Why is the hammer suddenly getting bigger? With the full force of his might, our boy brings the hammer down with an explosion of energy, blood squirting and splattering everywhere. The hammer, making contact with Ram Dude's head, leaving his eyes protruding from his head. It looks as though they could pop out of his eye sockets with such a destructive force on display. Damn, dude, you just got knocked the fuck out. We move on, with a quick explanation of the Otherworld. The 5 calamities. An unavoidable tragedy from the ancient times repeats itself. The time to end the first disaster has come. Demon King Hazernius Max. Even if the whole world turned against me, it doesn't matter. Today, the Demon King dies by my hand. This is it, boys. Our guy, standing in front of the main boss, the Demon King himself. Streaks of white lighting flashing across the screen. Rocks floating with a weightless gravity. Our boy, briefly taken aback, says, What the hell? What is going on here? It's like I can't sense him at all. Why don't I feel the power of the Demon King? Kuhahahaha. I am the owner of the 8 Garaz. You cannot kill me. Demon King, have you chosen to abandon your physical form and become ethereal? Well, if I had a physical body, it would have been difficult for me to escape the same fate as my subordinates. But what if I were in a state of intangibility, where physical attacks do not work? God damn it. Our boy has killed so many beasts, monsters, and demons on the way. He finally makes it to the final boss level and gets ghosted by the Demon King. Shitty luck, man. Just then it's shown that the Demon King's body has phased to show an ethereal form floating in front of his physical form. He goes on to say, "Just as you may not be able to destroy me, I may not be able to destroy you, but I can still shatter the world you stand upon. No matter how much you despise humanity, what can you gain in a world left with only monsters? In the end, you will achieve nothing." Damn it. He freaking got me. Demon King. I have zero magical abilities. I have trained as an unstoppable warrior. Yet he is not an opponent I can easily eradicate with meager magic abilities. Being at the pinnacle only in the warrior class, I lack the ability to kill the current Demon King Wraith. The magic power I despised so much is the power that I need right now. The look on the bitch boy Demon King's face is enough for me to want to throw my controller at my gigantic flat screen TV. Before that happens, let's move on. Our boy standing at a distance looking on as beams of light hit the top of some buildings. The summoning palace should start summoning the offerings soon. Our main man says the ingredients were lackluster, but I probably won't even be able to eat stuff like this for a while. After I got discharged, I was working my ass off and then got summoned here at around 1996. So has it really been around 25 years now? I've lived in this world for so long. This place feels like my hometown now. They'll probably come after me if I stay in this form. Those sorcerers are so freaking annoying, I guess I have no choice. With that bright light blue light with purple hues swirls around our boy's entire body, and a system screen appears stating that you are activating a Deceiver's Curtain. It's a special skill which grants our boy with concealment. Our boy's face is now smooth and polished, leaving behind his old battle-weathered face. His hair black, looking like someone in his early 20s. He says, "All right, now let's get started. It's time to learn some magic, so I can face little bitch boy Demon King. But I'll have to start from the beginning from the Summoning Palace." In the underground waterway of the Summoning Palace, we see a wolf man wearing spiked armor and chains wrapped around his forearms, spear leaning against his shoulder. Our boy steps on the scene like a badass should and says, "Hey you, asshole," waking up the spiky wolf dude. Wolf dude is now up, spear in hand, as he yells out, "Who the hell are you?" Within an instant, our boy, hands clenched in a fist, is ready to pounce onto the spiky wolf dude. Our boy ain't no bitch. With no weapon in hand, he throws an uppercut right to wolf dude's jaw, leaving him with blood spraying like a fountain from his mouth. Damn, you got knocked out cold, my boy. Our boy stands tall, fists still raised in the air, and says, "Good doggy." Doggy boy is then shown strung up by the neck with a flag that says, "Fuck this shitty ass world," written in what I presume is doggy boy's own blood. Yet again, another demon beast that was supposed to be guarding the underwater way was deleted without being able to make a single attack. Our main guy shown snapping a perfectly good spear. Like, get this garbage out of here. If any of you were still wondering how strong dude is, he bent the steel bars with his bare hands. Passes on through like it's nothing after one punching doggy boy. Damn. It's hard to breathe. The stench of blood is suffocating. As expected of the Summoning Palace. I didn't want to come back here after barely making it out alive. But this is the only way to stealthily obtain a classification of magic without being noticed too much. I have to blend in with the other summoners being called to this world and obtain a quest. Only then can I select magic as my subclass. I will start off as a level 1 though. In the Summoning Palace, the colorful energy continues to flow. And we see our first homunculus. Ugly as hell, isn't he? The ugly dude says after letting out a grotesque snicker. I wonder what kind of trash humans will show up today. I can't wait, I'm so excited. These trash-ass sorcerers. Hurry up and hand over the trash humans. Okay guys, this ugly-ass dude is really pounding in that everyone else is trash, and he runs things here. He continues, I wonder how I should kill the disgusting humans newbies. Until our main boy reveals why he broke Doggy Boy's spear. Of course, he ties the spearhead to a rope to create a harpoon-looking weapon. The harpoon strikes Ugly Boy's guts from the back and exits the front with a violent splash of red wine. As he's getting pulled back, it occurs to me that it was not his guts that was penetrated with the harpoon, but Ugly Boy's booty hole. Ouch. But at least someone is getting some action in this story. Our main boy is now a fisherman, spear fisher, mission accomplished. He grabs Ugly Boy's legs, while Ugly Boy says you crazy human bastard. I guess being penetrated from behind in the booty hole is light work for this dude cause he's still trying to insult our main boy while dangling from his legs. Our main boy says hand over the quest log. The quest logs, are you crazy? I'll tear your limbs off. This dude is asking for it. And just like that, our main boy, with his bare hands rips Ugly Dude's leg right off. Holy shit, that's gotta tickle. It's your choice, I'll just find another homunculus to ask then. Okay, I'll give it to you. Here it is, human. I was gonna say, you just had your booty hole and manhood penetrated by a harpoon, and your leg ripped off. Just give him the damn quest logs, and stop talking shit. The system screen shows up and states that you are holding the quest for Summoning Plaza. Will you carry out this quest? Our guy stands looking at the system screen, reading over the quest log for Rank Commoner. On the screen, we can see 3 quests: a romanticist, a social person, and finally an observant individual. Our boy then says raising my intuition is a priority. I even have a curse on me. Quest number 3, an observant individual. Condition: during a quest within the Summoning Palace, read the words on the main gate out loud. Reward: +1 intuitive power. The Ugly Boy, still hanging upside down, asks him, human, are you going to let me live? This hurts a lot, you know. Our boy says, oh sure, as he throws the ugly piece of shit into the wall. Blood splatters onto the wall, and as the body slides to the ground, it leaves a blood-stained trail. He is of low rank. There's no listing for hidden quests. Well, whatever, this should suffice. The offerings should be summoned soon. Let's wait and see. As our boy steps into the corridor, there's a crowd of people talking amongst themselves. Random mumblings like, hey, is there Wi-Fi here? Or another calling out for their mother, completely oblivious as to where they're at or what's going on. Bad news, guys, the ugly dudes are multiplying. There is now a bunch of them walking around as one lets out a chuckle saying, welcome, Humas, to your grand judgment day. Pay attention if you don't want to die. The crowd of newly summoned people asks, are we on a movie set? What's that? Am I dreaming? I know they're ugly as hell, and I have a feeling shit's about to get real quick. Meanwhile, our boy has arrived and says, nice. I've hidden amongst the crowd. The quest needs to be activated. Right on cue, the system window pops up and states the Summoning Plaza quest has been started. Our boy is ready to go and says, all right. Now everyone should be accepting the quest. One of the homunculus in charge lets out a nasty giggle and says, how many should I kill? I'm getting all fired up. A random side character is talking to the ugly fellas and says, hey, what the hell are you doing over there, Pipsqueak? Bring your boss over here now. The ugly little shit says, human, what did you just say? In an instant, 2 of the little guys pounce onto the loudmouth extra to teach him a lesson. The side dude manages to stutter out, I can't move a muscle. Now a third ugly little shit leaps into the air at the big mouth loser as he screams like the little bitch he is. The rest of the crowd are standing there in horror as the ugly dude says, now pay attention, humans. Cocky humans. Big Mouth standing there with both of the ugly's hands in his mouth, bleeding like a goofy little bitch. The ugly boy warns that all will end up like this, so don't get cocky. A shadow shown on the ground where Big Mouth's head is being torn off at the mouth, blood and brain matter gushing out. Our boy, facing the opposite direction, gives a slight side glance at the commotion behind him like a badass and says the homunculus bastards are getting excited. A person in the crowd screams, he just killed a person. A loud, thunderous sound shakes the room. Onlookers ask, huh? What? What's going on? Did you just hear that? I think the noise came from behind that iron gate. It begins, a system window pops up for everyone present. Warning, you may die. Our chat of a man says, who? Me? As it's shown that the babyface version and the ultra Chad version stand tall, ready for whatever may come. Strange world. I once met someone who had returned from this world. They told me, this world only recognizes and accepts the few people who manage to survive through various deathly trials and tribulations. Look at the confidence and determination on our boy's face. He's clearly ready to go. The system screen displays the Sword of Beginnings. Clearly this is the default starter sword given to players at the beginning of the game. Wield this and fight. To die or not to die, the sword begins to equip. A background character is heard saying, what? Do they want us to fight? Take a look at the fat boy. Fat boy says, you trashy humans. Make your decision now. The look of the crowd. Sweat dripping from their face. Everyone looking doomed. Fat boy continues and says, fight or flee. Or, get eaten, letting out a maniacal laugh. The summons, each holding their beginner sword, stand, wide-eyed, contemplating what they will do next. Just then, the large iron door opens up, stirring dust. Strange noise and clicking sounds can be heard. A silhouette can be seen. A strange shape. Many legs with hues of red. This thing is huge. Large beady eyes. Arms that look like blades of death. A side character says, "A mantis? Is that a freaking mantis?" Another guy decided that he wanted to become cannon fodder. He says, "Fuck, I was scared shitless. But this is it. An insect?" The mantis towering over this dude by at least a two-fold. Well, we already know. Once someone says something stupid, shit is about to get real. Just then it's shown that a whole pack of mantis are flying from the fully opened iron gate. Heads are flying, people getting maimed, body parts being slashed, blood covering the ground. Chaos ensues. Some are desperately swinging their swords, asking for help, saying there's way too many of them. It's not looking good for our newly summoned crowd. Some people chose to drop their sword and just run, stepping over bodies and slipping on blood. The mantis were relentless. Is this a dream? People can be heard screaming in terror. And in that moment, some lady runs over to our boy and wraps her arms around him, begging for help. Right on cue, our boy, sword in hand, has become the attention of a couple of mantis. Light work. Come on. The mantis are swiftly sliced into pieces, while his new wifey stayed wrapped around his waist. That is definitely main character energy right there. Our guy just looks at his sword, thinking, I've been using a hammer for a while, but I see his sword isn't so bad either. If I don't want to stand out, I need to hold back a bit more though. Look at wifey's eyes. She is clearly impressed, probably thinking she wants to dual cultivate. Like, right now? Relax, wifey. People are still getting slaughtered all over the summoning palace. We then see a guy wearing a doctor's robe. Doc says, "You shitty fucking insect. Do you know who I am?" Manga logic states, after losing a body part, it is best to keep your street rep in check. Just then, some dude yells out, "Hey boomer, stop trying to act all important." He is then seen leaping into the air with his beginner sword ready to strike that mantis dead. A close-up shows this Chad, blood spraying and splattering in every direction. And he says, "This is my 35th. No, 45th insect kill. Impressive. Mohawk dude is a savage." He says, "You're getting in my way. So fuck off. Or whatever. Stay and die if you want." Our main dude shoots a side glance at Mohawk dude, sword inserted in some demon's body, and says, "Wow, he's doing a handful," ripping out his beginner sword, blood spraying from the mantis, letting out a screeching sound. Someone in the crowd then yells out, "Stick together to stay alive. If we split up, we'll die." Just then the guy right by him lets out a scream. Glasses guy stops yapping to look and see what's going on. The white-haired dude, getting striked, is sent flying through the air, yelling, "I don't want to die." Glasses then yells out, ordering people to move over there. "Put your backs to the wall." I don't know who put Glasses in charge, but I have a feeling, every time he talks, someone will die. Glasses then yells out, "Let's form a defensive." He is then interrupted by his own stupidity, as he looks back at who he was just trying to talk to, and sees that they are all dead, completely standing still. Concerned look on his face. Glasses then says, "Shit, I thought this strategy would work out. Idiot. But he's funny. I kinda like him." Mr. Chad himself, standing tall, as a mantis creeps up from behind, getting ready to strike, thinks to himself, as expected of an office worker. He then says, "An inexperienced and naive plan like that would never work in this world," while managing a no-look slice, decapitating a mantis with one strike. We then move on to some kid wearing a bucket hat, a red jersey, has a wallet chain, and some fresh dunks. He is currently facing a mantis just meters away. But something happens. It seems that the mantis is non-aggressive towards this dude. Maybe it's because they are both decked out in matching fits. Our boy watched as the mantis just turned around and walked away. The bucket hat dude sighs in relief. Our main man asks, "Is he the chosen one?" as he takes a glimpse of the balcony with the silhouette of two people standing, alone in their own private box seats. Our boy says, "Those disgusting bastards. They never change." Apparently our boy doesn't see what I see, which is wifey number 2. Fatty Patty then interrupts our view and says, Now, Trashy humans. More. More. Enjoy this more. The summoned side characters start pleading for help, saying they don't want to die, begging, please, as they are now surrounded by dead bodies. Fatboy then says, if you want to live, run to that door, as fast as you can. We can see one of the little minions waving a big, red flag. The summoned Muppets don't hesitate. They immediately begin to run. They even manage to stampede over fallen people. One is heard saying, I see a flag over there. We can live if we exit through that door. Another one yells, move. Get out of my way. After looking up towards the front of the crowd, Glasses sees a person facing the opposite direction. As we take a closer look, we see a woman getting ripped apart, yelling, don't come over here. Glasses, after witnessing this all happen, yells out for everyone to hear, there's something over there. We then see that there are some nasty-looking creatures, eyes glowing red, as the woman is being thrown into the air and swallowed whole. These freaks look like aliens. Long, spiky teeth ready to rip apart whatever. One has the head of a bald man in its mouth. Immediately, the freaks begin to rush the cannon fodder. The crowd is seen yelling and screaming in horror as they quickly try to run away. There are currently two groups in the crowd. One that is running towards the red flag. The other is currently trying to get away from the alien freaks. They run directly into each other. One person yells, there are monsters over there. Another says you'll die if you turn back. Go through. Go ahead if you're so eager to die. I'll kill you myself. We then cut to someone holding a scalpel to someone's neck. He says, move as I tell you to if you don't want to die. It's the doctor, guys. I guess he didn't die yet. The lady says, why are you doing this, doctor? Doc tells the bitch to shut up. Do you know how much money I spent trying to become the head doctor? I have to live. I'm different from people like you. You have no worth. Our Chad comes over and says, let us introduce ourselves. I am Kim Song-chail. In a moment of shock or fear, Document lets the old lady go and says, what? What the fuck? Our man Kim Song-chail says, it's your turn. Introduce yourself. Doc replies, what? Are you trying to pick a fight? Our boy Kim has yet to swing a second time to kill anything yet. Not a good idea. Kim says, okay, here is your reward for becoming head doctor. With a flick of his hand, boom, a head of a mantis falls into Doc's hands, still screaming. Then the system window shows up for our boy, letting him know that he has completed a quest. A social person, with a reward of a black hawk's toenail. Speed and stealth like no other. After the Doc yells, fucking hell, our boy Kim turns around and says, I'm busy, so see ya. As he walks away, what a Chad. Doc says this is a fucking dream. This is just a plain fucking nightmare. I guess Doc didn't see the mantis tower over him. He takes a peek after hearing something, and I think that Doc is finally dead this time. Our boy Kim is seen walking over a mound of dead bodies, throwing bodies left and right, looking for something. He clears the floor and reads, let death be your freedom. Just then, a system window pops up. An attention seeker quest has been completed. Reward, +1 intuitive power. You possess a sharp sense of observation. Kim Song-chail says, wow, what a way to raise my intuition. Nice. Open status window. Using magic utilizes your mana reserve to create destructive power. Our boy Kim has 999 plus strength, 801 agility, 3 magic, -9 intuition, and just received a +1 to intuition. So he's pretty overpowered, but needs to work on his magic and intuition, because a good sense of intuition is required to understand how to use magic. He goes on to say, my intuition is -9. There's no way I'll be able to get magic as my subclass. No wonder our boy Kim was so good at big bonks using his big hammer. Apparently, he was a typical strength build with no intelligence. If he wants to achieve a class in magic, he will need at least a 10 in intuition. Damn, Kim isn't looking so good after processing that he will have to come up with 19 more intuition before he can pew as a mage in the future. After looking up at the double moons, Kim's system window pops up. A romanticist quest has been completed. Reward, +1 palace token. A romanticist who manages to shine during times of danger. If you haven't been paying attention, Kim has now finished all 3 active quests. Nice. I've now gotten myself a palace token, says Kim Song-chail. If I gather too much, I may draw too much attention to myself. Maybe gathering around 10 tokens should be enough. We are finally given a glimpse into some information of this world. Blue, yellow, white. Humans from each classification were summoned here, totaling about 2,500 people. Out of those, only around 100 will survive. I don't care what methods I have to use. I'll make sure I obtain a class of magic. I won't think about anything else. Wait for me, Demon King. At the end of the corridor, light shines through, and we see the little minion waving his big red flag. The ugly fella says, "It's almost over. Keep doing your best." Our boy Kim stands tall. The system window pops up and states, "The quest has finished." Using commoner ranked quests, I'll probably only be able to raise my intuition by +10. I'll have to find some hidden quest to do. Why is someone laughing? Hello. Nice to meet you. Hee hee. Our boy Kim is wondering who is so carefree in this situation. A group of some of the survivors are huddled together, having a conversation amongst themselves. I was almost mauled to death. I thought I was really going to die, ha ha ha. For me, it was some crazy bastard holding a scalpel. Kim, thinking to himself, says, "As I thought, they were the Watchman's eyes." It can be seen that there is a brain-looking object connected to each one of these characters, just hovering over their heads, with some synapses making a connection to the host's head. This puts a big smile on our boy's face, as he says, "Found you. My hidden quests. Isn't this just like hell? My arm. The blood won't stop. Someone call a doctor. I can't see. Save me. Don't die. Come to your senses. Please let us out of here." The wounds on the people, the chaotic atmosphere, the brutality of it all. One thing is for sure. We are no longer on Earth. This is the other world. Glasses Dude asks, "Are you okay?" People are doing the best that they can to help out in a hopeless situation. Glasses Dude sure knows how to pick him. The lady is in shock. She says, "Everyone is dead. Hee hee, hee hee. The fresh blood. Hee 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 hee. This dream is way too realistic." I guess she wasn't feeling our Glasses Dude. She gets up and starts running away, yelling, "Die! Everyone die! Hee 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 ha ha." Glasses overhears a guy yelling, "I'm over this. Do you really think I will die? Is this the best you can do? Huh. Bring in a stronger one." Key. The fat boy lets out a laugh. Why are there still so many of them? The population hasn't even been decreased to half. I'm extremely disappointed. But I'm a merciful homunculus. I'll let you rest for a week. In the meantime, get used to this new world. Our boy Kim knows better. This week is not being merciful. There are no food rations or water here. The only way to survive is to get out of this place. And if you can't do that, then you only have one way. Eat people. Come to think of it, where are those people that I saw before? There. Those people over there. It's the Chosen. They're on their way to somewhere. Watchman's eyes. A device to pick out people that have potential or connections. If I follow them, then there's a high chance that I will find a hidden quest. It seems that every scene is going to have a dark and gloomy atmosphere. No sunshine over here, boys. One guy in the group says, "What kind of nonsense is this?" Another says, "Will something jump out again?" Right, haha. It just sounds like a wolf, you know. Our boy Kim says, "It is a wolf. It is 3 times bigger than the people of Earth too." Come to think of it, there is more than 20 people. Did they get shelter from a large guild or something? 25 people. Seems like everyone is gathered. One guy says, I'm sorry for suddenly taking the lead. Hello, I am Leahun. Everyone can hear the guide's voice, right? Huh, yeah, it speaks to me sometimes. Another one says, "Me too." Our boy Kim, casually leaning on a tree, says, "It looks like someone stuck their eyes on a low-level brain. How crude. The magician that did this must be a low rank at most." The self-assigned lead says, "I'm glad everyone is okay. Now that the hardship is all over. I hope to meet you all again." Both the new lead and our boy Kim shoot a glance at each other. Key. Fat boy says, "You are all gathered here. Humans." Someone in the crowd looks over and says, "That's the leader from before." Another quickly asks, Is this a trap?" Fat boy goes on to say, "Don't be too scared. I am a disciplined captain homunculus. Even if I tear apart and kill trashy humans, I will also reward chosen humans as well." Kim Song-cheol, thinking to himself, says, "Discipline captain? Nominee, discipline captain. Low-ranked. Magician. Higher up. Is this the organization structure?" The discipline captain then says, Follow me, you excellent humans. If you fall behind, you might die. Key, hoo. Dapper glasses guy says. I think we should follow him. That is what the voice tells us to do. The group begin to follow the captain through the dark, foggy forest. One guy can be heard saying, "Fuck, who does he think he is?" We then cut to beady, glowing red eyes, lurking in some bushes, trying to stay low as to not be seen. It looks like they have the sights on our group of excellent humans. Just then Captain Fatty says, "Now, we have arrived, humans." The forest clears away, showing the bright moons over the abandoned God of Order Cathedral. As the group reaches the front of the cathedral, someone says, That eye, it looks like it's moving." Another says, Me too, I see it." Captain Fatty Cake says, "Stop spouting nonsense." Another one in the crowd says, "Looking at that eye makes me feel sick." Another guy says, What is that?" Kim's internal thoughts can be heard explaining that the hexahedron is the emblem of the God of Order Cathedral. The summoning palace maintains full neutrality in the name of the God of Order. But how are you committing corruption in the Cathedral of the God of Order? Captain Fatty stops and stands to the front. Now, stop squirming around and hurry up. Get seated in front of the altar of the God of Order. In a commanding voice, someone in the group says, "God of Order? That is a god." Another says, "What the heck did we come here for?" Someone then says, "That eye gives me goosebumps." Just then the Rubik's Cube starts to shake, opening up to reveal what looks like dark brain matter, along with numerous eyeballs. When Kim said before that they stuck their eyes on them, he wasn't kidding. Apparently, they have eyes for days. Just then we see bright lights, almost like lasers scanning the crowd. Someone then says, "What the hell is this now?" Another exclaims, "Fuck, tell us in advance at least." Captain Fatty then says, "Humans, you don't have to be afraid. This is just a simple verification step. Is our boy going to be okay?" As the lasers are scanning his body now, apparently the Chosen have a different heat temperature reading. It looks like the thermoscan has caught our boy. The eyeballs are not happy. The glow starts to turn red, every eyeball furiously scanning our boy Kim. Just then the system screen pops in to save the day. Kim activates the Veil of Deception, a special skill that allows the user a status of distortion from whatever target our boy chooses. In this case, he chose the Watchman's eyes. Oh man, it looks as though I was worried for nothing. Let's hope no one noticed the intense glare of the eyes shooting out red laser beams. It looks like the eyeballs go back to being normal. It also looks like at least one of the Chosen notices as well, as he gives our boy a side glance. Yeah, he looks like a snitch too. A system window pops up as the bigger eye glows brightly in the cathedral. It says, "Those who serve the good and right shall have the will of the God of Order." This awards +10 to strength, agility, and stamina. It sets a restriction, however, only in the area of the summoning palace. Well, having a free buff is always good. Everyone present now has a light blue and white glow to them. It seems as though our boy Kim has also received this buff. He goes on to say to himself, "Who would have known that a nominee would receive such a benefit from the start? As I thought, this strange world is rotten from the start. Bro, you have all of those stats in the 8 and 900s. Captain Fatty then orders everyone to throw away all of those trashy weapons that you have and pick up your new weapons. These new weapons are 10 times better. With the new buff, and now the new weapons." The crowd begins to exclaim. They look just like the old swords. However, they're so much lighter. Another says, "Come get some. You monsters are screwed now." Mwahaha. Captain Fatty then says, "You all are chosen humans. So I, the fat discipline captain, under my sincere guidance, will be able to get over the test and come back to the summoning palace." The cattle are still admiring their brand new +10 shiny swords. Smiles can be seen on their faces. Just then a minion is running into the cathedral. He then says, "I found more of the chosen humans, and I bring them here for you, Captain." The Captain Discipline says, "How can this be? Without a doubt. There are 25 of you here. What are you, human?" The new guy says, "Hey now, don't be so stern. I haven't introduced myself yet. Hello everybody. Sorry for being late. I'm Park Aram. I came late because I was pooping. A reasonable excuse, I would say." Captain Fatty was not amused. He says, "No, this won't do, poopy pants. The God of Order has already given his blessings. And the distribution of the weapons just ended right now. The little minion then says, "But Captain, the leader of the Iron Blood Knightage personally picked that human." Captain Fatty Patty says, Iron Blood Knightage. We see that he is one of the two standing in watch from before in their private box seats. Looks like this guy has the special golden ticket." New guy then says, "You heard that right. End of introductions." Key. Fatty Patty says, "This isn't the first time summoning a human to this world, but how dare you fool the disciplined captain? All right, I'll commend you. As a reply, I'll rip you into shreds and kill you." Everyone is just standing there like he didn't just say that he'll rip Poopy Pants into shreds. Our boy Kim just says, "Iron Blood Knightage." As I thought. Suddenly some dude steps behind trying to talk to our boy and asks, "Hey you, aren't you the rat that snuck into this place with us? Isn't that you?" Kim Song Chail just looks back unbothered, thinking, who is this guy? Who is this bastard? Captain Fatty, furious, yells out, "There is a human that tricked me amongst you all. Hey buddy, it's you. Isn't that you?" Our boy Kim is like, "Oh, this bastard. Snitches get stitches." Apparently this dude is a bigger bitch than I thought. As he says, "How scary. Why are you staring like that? If I'm wrong then whatever. But judging by the state of your clothes, it's filled with so many traces of fighting someone." Kim Song Chail looks back with a menacing look. Eyes dark, coat drenched in blood. Snitch dude says, "Do we really have to try that hard to fight?" Our boy Kim just says, "Oh, isn't that an acute critic?" I don't really know what that means, but apparently it was enough to make this guy back off for a bit as he says, I'm in charge of giving good opinions." We then cut to the new lead guy who says, "How about we introduce ourselves?" Apparently only our boy can see the floating brains above the chosen people. Lead dude says, "I'm Leonese. Man, these artists really know how to draw people in a way to really make you hate them instantly." Kim thinking to himself, as I thought, he's quite clever. I don't like that. Poopy Pants says, "I'm Dolorance Winterlure." Another guy says, "I'm Off Nidell." One says, I'm Gundamp. "I'm Harry Motor." "I'm Tumbletoe," says another. These names are really putting my AI to work. Old Fart. How about running now? You can't die in vain. Am I right? Is that so? Then can I stand in front of you? The snitch then says, "Wow, you're handling it head on. What a man." Our boy says, "Let us see who dies in vain. I need to see what I can get from this summoning slot." The system window pops up. It states, "Using the claws of the secret guardian knight. Black Hawk claws." A blue glow flashes and swirls through the air. Kim says, "The watchman's eyes are mine now," as the claw flies behind him from the system screen. The Black Hawk claw then latches onto the floating watchman's eye of our snitch friend. The claw is snatched away, being pulled back to the palm of our boy's hand. Our boy Kim catches the squishy brain mid-flight with his bare hands. This scene, it looks weird. It looks wrong. What the heck happened? Kim thinking to himself, what is this? Isn't it wrong for me to be holding this in my hand? No matter how lousy this is, how can I get it this easily? Kim, with the watchman's eye in his hands, asks the brain, "What is your name?" The voice from the brain says, "Not sure. Did I forget?" Kim then puts on a little pressure, giving it a firm squeeze. The brain says, exaggerated. Earlier. I'm Krill legal. But, what the heck happened? I'm feeling dizzy." Our boy tosses the brain over his shoulder like a piece of trash, and then thinks, "Krill legal." The watchman's eye smashes into a wall hard. Then Captain Fatty asks, "Where is the magician in charge?" Kim says the magician in charge. Krill legal. Snitch dude looks furious. Eyes bloodshot. Beads of sweat running down his face. He then says, What did you just do?" Captain Fatty and his minion buddy, now standing in front of Snitch dude, repeats himself and says, "Where is the magician in charge?" It's not looking too good for our snitch friend. He says, "That bastard just stole and said mine. You worthless idiots. I'm saying that bastard is the fake one." It cuts to the minion saying, "I found you," as he leaps into the air towards the imposter's face, slamming him down to the ground, beating the living crap out of him, blood splashing into the air. Kim Song Chail just standing in the background, silently looking at the show of violence, with a pleased look on his face. Snitches get stitches. Captain Fatty says, "It'll be troublesome to kill you too soon. I'll show you what will happen to you when you fool your discipline captain. Coo. As Snitch Boy gets dragged away, he says, You bastard. How did you? Our main boy just throws up his hands and says, Plot armor, bitch. Hey guys, look, I was wrong again. We then see that it is a new day. Fluffy clouds in the sky. Sun shining through. No longer dark and gloomy night. People are in the courtyard practicing their fighting skills against wooden training dummies. If we stay, we'll still die from starvation. So why are we sword training, some says. Do they have a death wish? Says another. TSK, I'm hungry as hell. Our boy, standing in front of a practice dummy, says. Other people die without even moving. Yet the blessed nominees are getting stronger every day. With his eyes moving from left to right. All our boy Kim can see is that he's surrounded by these idiot weaklings. He says, Good. I'm gonna hold back my strength as much as I can. Lightly, he begins to swing his sword with lines of swooshing white streaks. He effortlessly and masterfully hits the training dummy with a 5-piece combo, hitting all over the torso, arms, and head in an instant. He then steps back and we can see the training dummy intact and in one piece, but smoke and dust blowing away from the surface. Great. That's perfect. Turning around, he goes on to say, If I control my strength like this. A sound like a bag of sand being thrown on the floor can be heard. We see the training dummy implodes into a million pieces, leaving our boy Kim shook. Some people training in the courtyard quickly look over to see what happened, asking what the hell was that? Yo, our boy just dips, getting the hell out of there before anyone can start asking questions. Someone is heard yelling, Do it properly. Hold it upright. It was the Mohawk dude. He says, I don't take in weak bastards. His name is Chi On Jong Sik, the summoner of the White Square. Mohawk dude is sitting on some crates, sword in hand, 2 goons at either side. He says, I only take the winners of this fight as my men. If you want to survive here, then do whatever it takes to kill your opponents. A scene of 2 opposing groups, ready to brawl in a death match, is shown. Our boy Kim thinking to himself, kill each other to survive. In other words, survival of the fittest. As Kim is leaning on the wall, he notices Mr. Poopy Pants. He then says, Park Air Ram. Mr. Poopy Pants said that he was the nominee from the Iron Blood Knightage. Mr. Golden Ticket Boy himself. Should I keep an eye on him as well? We then cut to a scene where people are sheltering themselves from the sun in the shade. One says, Oh, I'm so frickin' hungry. Should we go out of the rampart? Another dude says, Are you crazy? This is the outer world. You never know when something is gonna pop out and fuck you up. If you want to survive, then you will sit your ass there and eat the breadcrumbs that you were given. Well, that's a relief. At least they don't have to eat people yet. Just then a commotion is heard in the courtyard. It looks as though people are fighting over the scraps given. One can be heard saying, Let go. It's mine. I'll eat it first. The fighting gets pretty intense, as a guy throws an elbow right into Mommy's boobies. He says, Get away, ho. Mommy's on her knees, begging, Please, share a little bit with me. And, whose glasses are these? As he cleans off his glasses, he says, Since being summoned here, it seems that the Iron Blood Knightage is my father. I receive favors without responsibilities. That's right, you guessed it. It's Mr. Poopy Pants. Poopy Pants sets his eyes on Mommy Friend. He then says, I might as well put that favor to good use. After he is done cleaning his glasses, he reaches over and puts them on Little Mama. He then says, What's up, Little Mama? You want to come walk with me, go grab a bite to eat together? Little Mama was like, Okay, Daddy. The look on Mr. Poopy Pants' face is alluding to something super nasty. Our boy just stands there doing nothing. When a dude that poops his pants just took his bitch. Gotta give it to Mr. Park. He's a certified pimp, y'all. As the sun begins to set, we see the glows of pinks and oranges in front of a silhouette of the trees. Our boy is making his way through the woods. Kim stumbles onto Little Mama's shoes, pants showing splatters of blood, belly ripped open, blood-soaked shirt next to her on the ground. Bread smashed into her mouth like a gag, still wearing Mr. Park's glasses. I guess he didn't need them. Our boy Kim, standing over Little Mama's blood-soaked body, says, Poopy Pants took his jokes way too far. This is too much. She could have been wifey number 2. Damn you, Park Air Ram. This is messed up. Look at our boy's face. Mr. Poopy Pants doesn't know it yet, but he fucked up. Kim says to himself, The name of the person in charge was Dolorance Winterler. I need to create an event to lure her out. I need to set up a chance encounter with that woman. Just then Kim can feel a menacing, killing intent coming from behind him. He turns around to see a little puddle of red ooze. I don't know what this is, but we'll call it a blood slime monster. A group of people are resting in the forest. Some sitting on knocked-over logs, grabbing a bite to eat. One person says, "Phew, I really want a home-cooked meal." Mr. Slayer Girl says, "I want to eat stir-fried pork." The guy says, "Just keep talking. Most people that survived can't even eat what we're eating." The I had to poop guy is looking really annoyed like he might kill this dude just for talking back. Just then self-appointed leader comes over to give his 2 cents. It's true that most people who have survived can't even eat this. But today I'm craving pork belly. God, I'm glad there's somebody here that I can relate to. I was about to be disappointed for a moment there. We then overhear someone saying, "Have any of you seen Kim Song-cheol today?" Just then we cut to our boy, Curb, stomping the red blood slime. It's getting pretty hot. He seems to be looking over at a whole bunch of the little red blood slimes. Blood pudding. This is the first time seeing such a large gathering of the different breeds, all in one location. They must be attracted to the smell of blood. In that moment, we see our boy standing, face blacked out, with a massive blood slime on the attack, jumping midair at our guy. Well, what do we have here? Our guy, menacing look on his face, throws the good ol' one-punch man, and vaporizes the huge blood slime in an instant. I guess the Slime King doesn't have anything on our boy's power. Blood clots are flying through the air. He's just standing there by himself in the forest and says, "Come at me all at once." Apparently that was enough to provoke the herd of blood slimes, because they did exactly that. Our boy seems to be having fun, crushing red blood slimes after each and every swing that he throws, with an accomplished look on his face. Our boy Kim seems to have been on a mission. Just then, someone, looking over his shoulder, seems to have noticed something. Some guys sitting on a cliff overlooking a swarm of blood slimes causing a ruckus due to our boy Kim's plot to get these things sent into a frenzy. The guy with his arms crossed says, "What? What is that?" The other one says, "They seem to be going somewhere." Someone is poking one of the blood slimes with a stick, saying, "Don't worry, these things are stupid." Well, just then, the blood slime jumps mid-air in order to attack the guy with the poking stick. It looks as though the blood slime is highly acidic. We see that the red blood slime has attached itself to stick dude's arm, smoke fuming off his melting flesh. He screams for help. "My arm. Help me get rid of it." Another guy can be seen trying to help his buddy as he swings his sword at the blood slime. Surprisingly agile, the blood slime dodges the swing by leaping into the air again. Well, it looks as though the slime jumps over onto the face of the one trying to save his buddy, and he is now the one that is in need of some help. The lead guy has to step in, and he tries to take control by saying, "Everyone avoid the red slimes. We are not as overpowered as Mr. Chad protagonist." He then yells out, "They'll catch the scent of blood and rush over here, so hurry up and try to get away from those things." Stick dude's arm is looking pretty messed up, but the other guy's face is completely melted down to the bone. Kim is walking out of the forest and says, "Get up if you don't want to die to some dude just chilling. Leaning on some rocks like this is the time to relax. Man, this guy is just asking for death. Completely clueless. Just look at him." Meanwhile, others are running for their lives, trying to do anything to get away from the blood slime frenzy. Would you look at that? Rock dude finally realizes that people are getting fucked up. Right, dude? Putting your arm out like that is going to do something. Still clueless. Somebody is trying to keep everybody alert. You can hear them saying, "Let's get the hell out of here. Come on, guys. Let's all move together. We have to retreat." Well, it looks like Mr. Park has decided to get up. He says, "Look at them running away." He continues on saying, "Damn, man. These nominees are so pathetic." Our boy Kim, eye glowing red, head covered by the shadow, is looking at Mr. Park with murderous intent. Just then, Kim, Sparta kicks the shit out of the dirt bag. He is coughing up blood, not knowing what the hell just hit him. Goddamn. It looks like Mr. Park might have broken the sound barrier as he flies into the side of a cliff. Is it even possible for someone to survive this? Guess he shouldn't have stole Kim's girl. Oh, he's just laughing it off. So he's alive, I guess. Mr. Park, after coughing up blood, says, "Who are you? Come on out, you bastard. You asked for it." Kim is seen dashing through the smoke and dust that kicked up into the air from Mr. Park's impact into the cliff, creating his own swirling vortex of dust. As our boy Kim arrives, he gives Dirtbag an uppercut to the bottom of his jaw. On impact, a splatter of blood shoots from Mr. Park's mouth. The impact from the uppercut is so strong it sends Mr. Park rag-dolling through the air, so high all that can be seen is a speck of his body. What kind of stats do you have to have in order to survive these vicious-ass hits like this? Funny thing is that Mr. Park's last name is Air Ram. Kim Song-cheol sent him Air Ram so high that he is seen flying above the pine tree canopies of the forest. Well, what goes up must come down. Our quick science lesson for today. With a puff of dust, Mr. Park crashes back from orbit with a bang. We see his body all twisted up and mangled. But he's still alive because he lets out a moan. Body shaking, trying to get up as he whimpers from the pain. I imagine this is the same types of moans that he heard when he murdered that girl. We then get an aerial view of this dirt bag, struggling to get up as he is completely surrounded by the frenzied red blood slime. As he struggles to lift his head, he says, "Was it you? The one that made me like this? How dare you mere fucking slime do this to me? I'm not going to lie. This is bringing me so much satisfaction right now. I'm laughing my ass off." Kim Song-cheol pulls a Homer Simpson and disappears into some bushes and says, "Park Air Ram, I hope you become lethargic and die." We then see poor Mr. Park's foot is being blanketed by one of the blood slimes. Smoke rising as it eats away at his penny loafers. The pain is too much at this point, and we see Mr. Air Ram's face. Well, it was fun while it lasted because, in that moment of torment and pain, a magic circle appears above this dirt bag, as the red slimes continue to converge on his wicked soul. Just then a claw machine emerges from the magic circle with bright blue and white magic codes swirling around, descending down to rescue the piece of shit. A blue magic shoots out of the magic circle, blasting down to the ground. It seems that this light blue and white blast is nullifying the blood slime from battle by freezing them into ice chunks. With a flurry of snow, a woman, wearing a black robe with a cape, can be seen descending from above out of the magic circle, floating above the battered Mr. Park and the frozen solid blood slimes. "Wifey, is that you?" Purple flowing long hair and beautiful facial features. It is said that this is Dolorance Winterler. She is affiliated with the White Square, mid-ranked magicians. She says, "Oh, I can't believe I got to be put together with this idiot." Homer Simpson in the bushes says, "Isn't this that magician that was next to the Iron Blood Knightage? It seems like that person is Dolorance." Well, this girl wins for one of the coolest intros of a character that I've seen in a long time, as she now stands on the ground, looking super cool with that goth mage robe, black magic swishing through the air. I think she should definitely use this picture as her profile picture. She then says, "Abyss is freezing." Now she's just showing off. It's a bit of an overkill if you ask me. The magic spell casted creates a whirling tornado storm of ice, sweeping away any leftover blood slimes in an instant. I'm really digging the artistic directions the artist decided to take for this story, because this slide is gorgeous. I'm not just saying that because I want this ice mage as waifu. It is then shown that they've made a snowball of blood slimes swirling in the air. After all of that, we then become a peeping Tom as we watch Dolorance, who decided to take a blood slime shower, because after the charging of the blood slime snowball, the circulating mass explodes into a bloody fireworks display. How can our Homer Simpson not simp over our waifu after seeing all of that? He's just giving her a blank stare, unimpressed. Dolorance Winterler, based on the casting speed and the damage that she dealt. She is a mid-rank magician. To be fair, our boy Kim did the same thing, but quicker, with an equal-sized blood slime horde with just one single punch. She says, "Stop pretending to be dead. I can hear your bitch-ass breathing. Get up, dirtbag." Mr. Park says, "10 more minutes, mommy," as he lets out a long groan. This shitbag literally says, "Fuck, why did you take so long? Bitch, it hurts so much. I feel like dying. I'll tell my father to kick you out, you useless bitch." As she throws a magic potion onto the ground, she says, "Drink this. You're lucky that it ended with just pain." Face covered in the shadow. She then says, "Stop acting up. It won't be a good look for me if you die. You little pussy." Me? Die? I can't believe that they're going to save this maggot. I mean, look at this dude's face while he's drinking that potion. Why does he have to have his tongue out like that? She then says, you should increase your stamina with hidden quests. Oh, well, the dazzling display of ice magic didn't get a reaction out of our boy. But once he hears hidden quests, he starts salivating from the mouth. We now jump to a scenic mountain scene, where we can hear the echoes of Mr. Park squealing like a little pig. He says, fuck, you crazy fucking magician. Even if this is just training, how am I supposed to break this? Dolorance stands there unimpressed and unbothered. She says, I can hear everything you know. I'm saying everything so you can hear it. This is too fucking hard. Dolorance says, are you throwing a fuss like this even though you were almost eaten up by slime? He says, my remarkable father, whom I don't know the face of, put you with me in order to save me. She tells him that she will help him with everything else. But you have to at least get through this yourself. I cannot do this one for you. This quest, the trials of the Vestiaire. Hero Chill did it by himself. He then says, Hero Chill? What about him? The fat homunculus then says, Key. He's a hero, so you must have the strength, you excellent human. You'll definitely see results tomorrow. Our boy Kim overhears everything. He now knows all about the hidden quests called the Trials of the Vestiaire. As he says, I caught something big. Our boy is on his way through the cave where Mr. Park was training and complaining. As he's walking, he takes a look at an arrow on the ground pointing in the direction he needs to go. Did it come all the way up here on its own will? He then says a Vestiaire mage. It was said that this mage has reached its peak. They say that an echo made a special guardhouse, so this has to be worth looking at. I wonder how the hero got the name of Book of Disaster. The portal asks, what dream do you want? And this is where he should say, I want women. But instead he says, quests, I want quests. I suppose I should pick the strongest thing, right? Oh, so you dare select Hero Chill's, Vestiaire's everlasting nightmare. Prepare yourself to taste death in endless darkness. Our boy was just like, okay. Was this quest made to give something to the successors? Which means that this was created during a time when there was still faith in humans. Hard mode, or hell mode. The hardest mode apparently includes a cross between jellyfish and octopus-like creatures. I smell blood. Faith towards humans, what a silly notion. From the smell of blood, there's a high possibility they used a sacrifice. This really big jellyfish attaches onto our boy like a VR headset in those fantasy game novels. The jellyfish then uses its red eye to dive deep into the soul of our main guy. But there's nothing there but hatred for the Demon King anyways. With a blast of red energy, our boy is now getting a perm done at the Jellyfish Beauty Salon. I think this is that look you get on your face when you just took a hit of that good, boom boom pow. This scene makes me laugh so hard. Look at our guy's pasty gray hand, like he hasn't gotten a tan ever. Holding onto his fancy cocktail with an umbrella, radio playing California Dreaming. I knew it. He lied to the portal. He said quests, but he was really thinking, I want bitches, all the women in the world, and put them in bikinis. Wasn't this quest called Endless Darkness? Well, I never want to wake up from this. See, I knew our boy wasn't lame. Look at him, he's chilling. On the beach, with like 8 hot mamas. He has music, he has a cold drink. He's good. Okay guys, that's it. That's the end of chapter 7. Until next time. Just kidding guys, there's more. 7 more to be exact. And they all say in unison, do you want to play with us? All eyes on our main man. I'm going to keep writing the script on this slide for a minute. Because I know we are not going to get this type of material probably for the rest of this story. Anybody that has any complaints can just take it up with human resources, okay? If you could choose just one, which one would it be, boys? I'm liking the black hair girl in blue, on the back left. Okay, well moving on. He gets off his beach chair and says, oh, so you want to play, huh? I'll play with ya, as he reached behind the chair to pick up his big-ass golden hammer, releasing his concealment spell showing his ugly-ass demon-killing form, smiling like, this was the dream from the get-go. Man, no, why does our guy gotta be like this? Our boy is ruining everything by going hammer time mode on these hoes. Look at them now, red eyes, ugly as hell, shadow looming over their once beautiful faces. Can you all detect the disappointment in my AI voice? Glowing with golden energy, he cocks back his big-ass hammer and says, hey, what's with these expressions? It's because they wanted to play and you went whack-a-mole mode. God, I hate you right now. Are you disappointed that I turn out to be an old fart? Bam! Just like that, the jellyfish VR headset explodes off our guy. I don't know if this is a new VR headset or the same one, but this one is glowing with green and red bioluminescence. He flies over, within an instant, and puts his whole head into his mouth. Initiating game sequencing mode. Loading. What is this now? He's now suspended in the air with a chain link cuffs on each of his hands and legs. The praying mantis now coming, rushing at our boy. Making an Olympic caliber flip while suspended in air, he scores a perfect score of 10. Laughing can be heard. With a long chuckle, someone says Destroyer. It's the Demon King saying, "You cannot kill me." Demon King. Flipping his chains through the air like a weapon. Hog-tying the Demon King's face. The Chad then whips out his big-ass hammer again, and he uses it to smash his VR headset. I'm assuming he's not going to give this game a good review. IGN 2 out of 10. Little jellyfish can be seen surrounding the area like they usually do in the wilds. I have indomitable strength. In other words, that shit don't work on me. Squish, he smashes a little octopus. Mental attacks like that don't work. Wait a second, a light gray fog makes its way through the cave, brushing over our boy. This energy feels out of the ordinary. It states this is a memory fragment of Vestiaire. She says, "It killed all of my familiar spirits." That's not Vestiaire herself. That's just a fragment of her memory that she left behind. Being just a fragment, yet it holds this much magical power. Interesting. That's why they consider this a trial. Only those who overcome 32 pleasures and 27 planes can reap the rewards. I'm not sure where he pulled those numbers from. They kind of came out of nowhere. Hasn't everything been cleared already? I finished off everyone in the dream. All she has to say is, "What an interesting human. You're just a fragment, and you laugh." It seems like some will was left in you. You even figured out my identity. That makes me raise my expectations. Why would your identity be important? As he whips out his hammer. When all else fails, it's hammer time. I always get the reward anyways, so who you are really doesn't matter to me. Okay, boy, you want this smoke. I'll give you the smoke. Brace yourself, boy. Here comes the smoke. Just then Vestiaire creates a white magic circle underneath our guy. And then boom, a small nuclear bomb comes exploding from the spell. Must be a magic that restricts movement, as he stands there covered in semen. Now Vestiaire is sending a rotating cone-shaped fire attack at your boy. This one seems to be charging up to be more fierce, because out of the cone comes a huge fireball. As if mocking this girl, he breaks the semen binding off of him, leaving him squeaky clean, and says cheap tricks don't work on me. The fireball then makes contact with a bright orange and yellow blast. And through the smoke, our boy hits the Jumpman pose, tongue hanging out of his mouth, prepared to donkey punch this girl with his big-ass hammer. The ground explodes on contact, sending shards of rocks flying into the air. Vestiaire, with expert timing, hits the dodge roll button, blinking in the air behind our boy. She then casts another spell, fire radiating above her. Orange energy swirls around her, as she is dual-wielding her magic seals. Pew pew pew. She casts a big-ass fireball again. Our Chad, face glowing in the fire, says, "I said that shit won't work on me." Secret technique, Echo. She's now ready to scold our guy to death. Oh, so this is the Echo Weaver secret technique. How useful. With the double cast in play, there's now a barrage of fireballs followed by the echo waves of purple aura. The Chad, standing there, hammer in one hand, is prepared to receive her scolding spitting hot fire. Vestiaire, floating in the air as the impact leaves the entire area covered in an explosion of fire. But you aren't the only one that knows how to hit the dodge button, because our boy is now floating in the air with Vestiaire, hammer cocked back ready for hammer time. He then proceeds to beat the brakes off this girl, sending her flying through the air, crashing into a rock column before she crashes into the ground. Quit crying like a little baby bitch. This ain't enough to kill you. Now tell me, where is Hero Chill? After the dual cultivation session with our Chad, our girl's satisfaction shown on her face, says if you follow us, then Hero Chill will just appear in front of you, as the prophecy of doom will choose to. Our Chad then says, rule number 2, double tap, but not before she says, "You're the same as us." Stop being so cryptic, bitch. What do you mean by that? I can feel it. You have a much stronger disappointment and rage towards humans compared to us. I can sense it coming from you, this dark and dense stench. This anger, resentment, and hatred you have for your own kind that even outweighs our hatred for humans. So tell me, what would happen if the hopes you have vanished without a trace like ash after a firestorm? Shut the fuck up, bitch. You talk way too much for a dying corpse. This girl really got under our boy's skin because the amount of force he put into these hammer swings is crazy. On top of that, he swung right at that loud-ass mouth of hers too. I'm gonna call this dish a loud bitch pancake. Get yours today. Story time. Back to the days of which no one dared imagine. There was a time when humans were summoned by the masses into a strange world. And during this period of time, the gods were irresponsible and ignorant. Therefore, the noble humans turned barbaric and made a great sacrifice to resolve the disasters in the strange world. And at the center of that, there were 7 heroes that shined. They decided to not have any text, descriptions, or names of these 7 heroes. So here is the Dragon Tamer, the God of War dude, the Assassin dude. We just watched this bitch get Hulk smashed by our boy, but that was just a fragment of Vestiaire. The Samurai X dude, the Dark Mage dude, the Necromancer dude. However, the Legend of the 7 had a terrible ending. Upon the land, where the army of devils stepped, the 7 forgotten beings shall rise for the sake of an ancient promise. Together with blood, death, disease, and war. There was a book documenting their corruption, in which it was said, the forgotten heroes will soon reincarnate with a devastating extinction. Someone give this girl some lotion, because she's looking kind of ashy right now. Only pussies fall to corruption. I will never fall for that shit. You and I are not the same. Okay, I just have to put my hammer back into storage. Update Windows real quick. Okay, completed the quest for Vestier's wish. Check. Okay, give me the epic title. You may now all call me the Destroyer of Dreams. Now this is where it gets interesting. 30 palace tokens, he needed those. But more importantly, magic strength, intuition, and spell resistance. Plus 10. And finally, the magical mace of moonlight, which is a rare item. Not bad, but at least my intuition has finally gotten out of the negative. So it was worth it to leave those beach babes packing. The system window repeatedly flashing a warning screen that says, the 7 heroes have recognized your presence. I need to install a pop-up blocker, because these ads are getting out of hand. Bro is completely unfazed. Vestiaire is bestowing you with a special reward. The Echo Weaver Scroll, which contains the secret skills of Vestiaire that allows for consecutive spell casting, so long as you're casting the same spell. Look at our boy's face, looking as happy as he can after receiving a legendary passive and some magic skills. Now he's going to be able to spam Vestiere's magic skills? He says, well then, time to pull the pin on this grenade and pop open this magic book. It then states that the book must be used before the last day of the Summoning Palace in order to attain the Vestiere's vision. Prerequisites: you have to have over 20 magic, at least 20 intuition, as well as 20 spell resistance. And a final requirement of 50 palace tokens. Well, goddammit. Our boy does the facepalm because he doesn't have the 50 tokens needed. We then jump over to a magic tower, where someone is yelling, God damn it. Jang Hyeon Sok. That bastard. Where the hell did he go? Seriously. Pacing back and forth, this mage girl says, I need to submit the report by tomorrow. If I don't get this done, I might as well just die, because they're gonna kill me. Speaking into a magic ball, she says show me the part right before the signal gets cut off. The scenery is unusually shaky. What is going on? Then it shows a faint image of our boy, because I can recognize that hairdo anywhere. The ball projects the image saying, what is your name again? Something seems off here. Why would he ask for my name twice? Or could it be? No, what am I thinking? There's no way that could happen. A watcher's eye can sometimes get destroyed by a bird. For those who are confused, let me explain. She just watched the part where our boy steals the brain, or the watchman's eye, from the original dude, in order to get her name to give to the homunculus. So she's now looking for the original dude. His name is Jang Hyeon Sok. Okay, moving on. We then get a glimpse of quite the office in one of the magic towers featuring a dope-ass crystal throne. Guys, look, it's Dorrance Winterler. She is speaking to the mage girl from before. So you want me to lend you my watchman's eyes? Yes. I beg for your generosity. What if I don't want to? Seriously, you can't even manage yours, and yet you visited me as my junior? Now you're asking for such a thing. I don't remember having such a terrible junior as you. Please, Dorrance, I need your help just this once. If you don't get your weak ass out of my face right now, don't blame me for being rude. Bitch. Okay. Oh shit. I fucked up. I'll leave. Damn. Don't worry, my junior. I won't make a report to the higher-ups. You'll get caught by tomorrow either way. The mage girl, after nearly losing her life, is then walking down the hall. Leaning on one of the columns, she says, "God damn it." As some guy sees the mage girl bent over on her knees. He hears her bitching and moaning. He then says, "What's up, Poppet? What's got a youngster like you crying so desperately? What? Did your girlfriend ask you to break up? What did you just say to me? How dare a filthy slave hunter like you talk to me? Or perhaps did you lose your rabbit hole?" It then introduces him as a slave hunter named Christian. How the fuck did this guy know I lost my rabbit hole? Look guys, the translations are really bad for the next few chapters. Even I don't know why they call it a rabbit hole. The mage girl just says, "I'm not in the mood to talk at the moment." As she turns to walk away, Christian, intentions unclear, says, "How sad. But it's not like there's no way for you to get out of this mess. So this guy knows a way for me to get out of this. What's this going to cost me? I think we can trust our friend Christian. Right, guys?" Christian continues, "Seeing you struggle reminds me of the younger version of myself. I think he just told the mage girl that she looks like a dude. That means you're also." That's right. I was once a babysitter too, but I was unlucky. Who would have expected to be betrayed by their comrade anyways? Oh, so this guy is for real. I apologize for my previous behavior, but please, help me. I need your help, please. I've got no time left. 3 minutes later, Christian, catching his breath, says, "It's the door key of the summoning square. You can have it now. I assume you already know where the slaves come from, right?" Mage girl, with a sore throat, says, "Are you asking me to find one by myself? What do you expect me to find it for you? After that weak-ass performance you gave me?" As the mage girl is walking down the corridor, she has to cover her nose from the stench. Oh my god. I feel like I'm going to throw up. When she runs into two of the homunculus minions, who says, "A human," the little minions come rushing at her asking for candy. Grabbing onto her robe, asking if she has it. Does she have candy? At this point the girl begins to crash completely the fuck out. "Let go of me, you bastards. You bunch of filthy homunculus. How dare you lay a finger on me?" But it looks as though she's got some skills because both of the little guys get decapitated, one head still flying through the air. Seriously, what's up with all the dickheads I keep on having to deal with today? Face now covered in blood, she reaches over to a red robe conveniently hanging on the wall for her to use. "Jang Hyon Sok. When I find you, you son of a bitch, I'm gonna make sure to kill you in the worst way." We now cut over to our boy, leisurely walking through the woods picking wildflowers. "Now that I have to carry all of this extra shit, I think I'll just pop these in the closet real quick." He then opens up his soul storage, which is basically an infinite magic storage space. He throws the magic scroll into the storage because he doesn't have enough points in order to open it right now. Yo, take a look at this storage man. He's ballin'. Treasure boxes full of weapons and jewels, sitting on top of a mound of gold. He can't use the scroll yet, but he can use the rare item called the Moonlight Mace, even though it looks like a staff more than a mace. Even though the stats look kind of weak, he's wondering if he should keep it with him since the first ranked match is about to begin. The Moonlight Mace shoots an energized bolt of moonlight. It retrieves back 70% of the emitted energy as a boomerang. It's a mace that is made out of the skin of the woods where the moonlight shines. It's fragile, so be extra careful when handling. Tucking the mace onto his back, he says at least the design is alright. I can't believe I still have to get 9 more intuition stats to use the magic class seriously. Well, he's also short some palace tokens as well. But that's not going to stop him from competing in the ranked matches though. My man is making his way through a torch-lit hallway. Meanwhile below, there are little minions pushing carts around filled with moldy bread and whatever else disgusting food they feed to the humans. People are rushing over to the food carts in droves, hunger getting the best of them. The minions are yelling, "We're distributing some food just for the ranked match tomorrow." As always, where there is food and a crowd of people in this world, there's bound to be a brawl. People are throwing bows, blows, and biting each other in attempts to quell their hunger. Do your best, humans. Imagine waking up to this every morning. Dream come true. Essentially, the ranked matches is a competition that is held in order to get rid of the weak. People that don't have what it takes will simply die off. A literal survival of the fittest. Someone is heard saying, "Hold on, the ranked match is tomorrow?" Did it get rescheduled? Mr. Park, laughing as he continues, look at that. They've gathered like a bunch of stray dogs just to eat that shitty bread. Each ranked match results in hundreds of deaths. And sometimes more than half of the participants die, depending on the level of the test. I guess it can't be helped. Guess I'll have to play along for a little longer. Dollarance Winterler. Where's the new hidden quest girl? I've got no time. I need to level up so that I can make use of the Book of Echo Weaver. Not only that, but I need to keep an eye on that idiot park air ram. On the other side of the stadium, we can see the chosen few making their way out of there to grab a bite to eat. Enough of this. Let's go have our meal now too. Yeah, let's get out of here. Hey Hyung, if you don't mind, would you want to have a meal with me? I'm not hungry. If you're worried about tomorrow, just know that we get our energy from eating. Also, it feels a little boring eating alone. Alright man, fine. At least you're being honest. Well, turns out the guy is a talker. Our boy is just sitting there without saying a single word. While this guy goes on about how he was a pretty successful person in the real world before coming here despite how he looks. Asking our boy what he used to do. Saying that he was driving a car when shit hit the fan. And finally how much he misses Ramian as well. Meanwhile, our boy is just wondering what the match the next day will look like. There seems to be 3 game modes. The first being Alamo, which should be a few holding out against a large horde. Deathmatch, no explanation needed. And finally Pac-Man. This is where it gets confusing, bear with it boys. Apparently he's saying that, for certain, the finale for the ranked match will include what they call a match bet. We can see that this card states Enforcer Battle. He goes on to say that the first round of the match would either be Alamoral or Pac-Man. So I'm going to assume that these are the names of the enforcers, or the final boss. But the difficulty still depends on other factors besides the monster. We then cut over to the mage girl opening a huge gate down in the Colosseum where the peasants were fighting over food. This catches our boy's attention immediately. A red robe, huh? Which means, that person is a necromancer. This girl is just cussing her way through the crowd. I'm going to find you at any cost, Jang Hyeon Sok. No matter what, I'll find you. Elsewhere we hear chanting behind a large iron gate. These are the real necromancers. Doing real necromancer things. Like making Ninja Turtles. The ooze begins to bubble, and the zombies come crawling out by the hordes. So it looks like they're going to be facing a horde of zombies for the ranked match. We jump back over to the fake necromancer, making her way through the crowd and attempts to commit murder once she finds that damn Jang Hyeon Sok. Just then a guy, Sparta, kicks a woman, during a fight over some bread, right into the mage girl. The mage girl is knocked over onto the ground, hitting her head as she falls. The peasants, briefly stopping momentarily, drool dripping down their faces, eyes wide open, rush at the mage girl, but they're not after her. They're after the piece of bread the woman dropped. There's bread. It's mine. What are you talking about? It's mine. I'm surprised that she doesn't decapitate any of them. That seems to be what she does. She's looking around looking for the chosen nominees, but doesn't see any of them. Where could they have gone? I found you. Up there in the stadium seating. That must be Lee Yo-hun. And that is Bae Sung-gai. Where the fuck is Jang Hyeon Sok? 23, 24. All of them are there, so he must be with them. What's that guy? Oh no. Did she recognize the hairdo? He doesn't have the watchman's eye. He's got to be on some bullshit. She's staring at me. She definitely wants me. I'll be going first, as our Chad leaves the sandwich boy hanging. Our Chad, now on the prowl, gets horse-collared by the mage girl. Now in a headlock, knife at his throat, the mage girl asks, "Who the fuck are you?" I'm leaving the text in because I want you all to see what I'm working with. Apparently, by the looks of her hand, it's not a Richie. I don't know what that means. He then is wondering if he's ever wronged a necromancer once upon a time. You better follow me, boy. I'll kill you if you try anything stupid. Out in the middle of woods, mage girl gets blasted so hard it knocks the wind out of her, sending her glasses flying right off her face. Yeah, see, you were talking all that shit, girl. What happened? Laying on the ground, moaning like a stuck pig. She's wondering what kind of beast our boy is. This Chad punched her so hard it stripped off the necromancer robe, leaving her wearing her regular mage robe. He says, "What's with the outfit?" She's not a necromancer. Getting on her knees, she begs for mercy, saying she's just a normal sorcerer who came to find the summoner. Ah, so you're looking for Jang Hyeon Sok? Yes. What happened to that guy? He's dead. I don't know what you want me to say. God damn it. Man, I don't want to die. I don't want to fucking die like this. Tossing a little brown bag in front of the mage girl, our guy then says, "You're right. You shouldn't die yet. So help me. I need you to do something for me. The mage looking down at the bag full of jewels. Our boy says, you might live if you do well. We then jump over to a scene where two large knights are dragging someone down the hall while they scream. Please spare me. Did you say Krill legal? Yes, I did. I can see that you're being sincere, and he reaches for one of the green jewels. I don't like people who talk too much, so get back to work now. Get back to work? I see. Was I wrong in thinking that you would catch on quickly? Jang Hyeon Sok is still alive. This is Ma Sang-gil, a high-ranking executive of Iron Blood Knightage. It's happening just like that guy says. If you give that to them, they will pretend to spare you. But that's all. They'll never let you go or forgive you. Now back in her office, the mage girl says, here, give this to him, as she stuffs a letter into a little backpack. Apparently, they don't use carrier pigeons. Instead, they have super cute flying squirrels for that job. Just look at him saluting the mage girl wearing his cute little backpack. The flying squirrel jumps from the window, soaring through the air. Squirrel Boy sees his intended recipient of the note sitting on a stone at the edge of the forest. Alamo, the chosen game type for the first ranked match. The note reads, Alamo mode. Seekers will be zombies. Rewards will be given for 1, 3, 10, and 30 zombies. Special rewards are awarded up to 3rd place. And finally, there will be bonus monsters wearing red hats. Even the little squirrels got a nut. So Alamo mode is basically beating a horde of zombies by combining the strength of all the summoners. Crushing the note, our boy devises his strategy for the private match. I will just have to kill all of the bonus monsters as well as the special rewards. No big deal. This bird's eye view shot gives us a glimpse into how many summoners are still left. Yawning and rubbing their eyes with their hands, the people in the crowd are complaining about sleeplessness or being tired. Little do they know that half or more will die today. Hey, have you heard? What the ranked battle today? Yes. The person in charge said not to fall back, but to attack them first. We have to kill at least 30 of them. Oh, really? So that means the information that I was given was true. Hey, humans. Let's wake up now. The important grade battle will now commence. The homunculus continues. Your old friend will run into the Colosseum soon. And the rule is simple. Play with them. Bear in mind, you'll die if you get bitten, and you will get rewarded if you kill them. Also, if you survive, you will be provided with clean drinking water and food. Just as he finishes talking, blood begins to drip from these stone lion head fixtures. Then it starts pouring in. The people below start screaming in terror, not knowing what the hell is going on. People are holding out their hands like it's starting to rain. One guy even says it's raining. It's raining water. Looking at their hands drenched in blood, they've come to the realization that this is not water, but blood. Within all the chaos, the minion blows a loud horn to signal the start of the ranked match. The iron door begins to open up, stirring up dust as the Colosseum begins to rumble. The summoners stand at the ready, swords in hand, blood dripping from their faces. Green glowing eyes can be seen through the dark. A cloud of green fog is being released from behind the heavy gate. The zombies begin to pour out from the gate, the smell of blood sending them into a frenzy. They let out a nasty-sounding roar. This is not looking good for these folks. These zombies look fast and vicious. We then see a spark coming from behind one of the zombies. White magic is seen flipping through the air as it collides with the zombie, cutting it in half at the torso. Yep, you guessed it. That would be the Moonlight Mace. Here is 70% energy returning back to the staff like a boomerang. Our boy is a real mage now. White magic is rushing around his body like electricity, hand glowing with a bright white magic. Come play with me, you red hat monsters. He's going hunting for the special rewards. Alamo with a gang of zombies. This is the match where you kill the enemies and prove yourselves. Now this is a war. How many of you are making it out of this one alive? Where are the red hats hiding at? So he got his hands on the spirit wolf cane? Huh. To think they'd give such a weakling a weapon like that. I guess there weren't any other choices. Even their self-appointed leader is getting busy. Man, these zombies and homunculus are built like a stick of butter. Zombies are falling left and right with just the +10 swords given to the chosen. The leader says, should we begin now, guys? Get away from me. I'm warning you, stay away from me, you zombie bastards. Yo, the original glasses dude is still looking for females to save. He's improved though, because he beheaded 2 zombies with the double slice Ash of War move. Not bad, glasses. Glasses then raises his hand to rally the troops. Let's go? Come on guys, let's go. This is the power of the spirit wolf. Now that shit looks overpowered. Apparently, it summons a black shadow wolf demon to fight for you. Looks badass. So this is the power of the spirit wolf? Hell yeah, let's fuck shit up. He yells, hell yeah, this is fucking amazing. I don't know what the limitations are, but I see 2 spirit wolves so far. Park Aram is yelling, good job. Now bite them all. Oh no. Glasses dude might get fucked up because the spirit wolf is headed right towards him while he's fighting a zombie. He does get blindsided, but it seems the wolf kicked him in the back rather than biting him. So he's not dead yet, but it's enough to make him drop his sword. Crap. He falls over and face plants into the ground right in front of the girl that he was trying to save just a minute ago. The writers in real life have beef with people who wear glasses or something because it's literally every time he says something. But she's not just gonna let someone run over her man like that. So she screams, what the hell? You should only attack the zombies, you idiot. This piece of shit doesn't even respond. He just lets out a maniacal laugh and speaks to the spirit wolf saying, just kill all the people who are in the way. Okay, call it out right now, boys. Is it time for Glasses to bite the dust? Or does he live another day in his quest to lose his virginity? The spirit wolf then launches itself into the air and goes after the girlfriend instead? Okay, how many of you guess right? Glasses survives another day. All in the name of the booty. But crap. Now the wifey is about to die. But have no fear. Our protagonist is here. And he's looking for wifey number 3. The Moonlight Mace is a rare grade item, with low stats according to our main man. But it slices the head off of the spirit wolf in one go. She's like, who are you? I love you now. Our boy says, get in line. He's more worried about these damn dogs at the moment. Sandwich Boy is like, damn, what was that all about? Our ladies' man says, the red Santa in the hoodie gave it to me yesterday. Not wanting to give out any secrets. Watch your side. My what? Oh shit, a zombie. Bitch. Don't play with me. Once again, the zombie is finished off in one swing. It seems that was his first kill. Because he celebrates stating that it was super easy, our boy is counting out loud at this point. 26, 27, 28. Yeah, this Moonlight Staff is definitely overpowered. Because look at this panel. Electrically charged white boomerangs, just cutting shit up. At a 70% efficiency rate too, by the way. Our boy finally says, one more left. Ah, found you. The last one will be the red hat zombie over there. Spirit Wolf Boy yells out, that one is mine. Anyone who tries to get in my way will die by my hand. Bodies are literally getting thrown into the air. Just then, our main man grabs onto a zombie head before it's able to kill somebody. Cocks back a 300-mile-per-hour fastball. That bashes right into the forehead of the spirit wolf guy. Mommy Dolorance, I need saving again. His eyes roll back into his skull, blood spurting out of his mouth. His spirit wolf seems to be disappearing as it turns into ashes since its master has fallen unconscious. Just as my guy is thinking, now is the time to get the red hat zombie. A girl wearing a hood, wielding a sword, zips by him faster than the speed of light. Fuck, she's fast. She's going for the red hat, but damn it, she's too quick. The staff is too slow. So he calls for the sword of the start and whips it through the air, aiming directly at the red hat. The speedy girl senses something dangerous nearby. It's that time again. Time to place your bets. Who's gonna win, the sword missile or the speedster girl? That's right, boys. The sword missile gets there first as it plows right into the red hat zombie's heart. But old girl doesn't care. She just says, he took the first attack. So there's only one thing left for her to do at this point. The sword missile got there first, but it wasn't enough to finish the red hat. So she's determined to finish it off with one blow that will sever its head clean off. Well, it's enough to get some praise from our boy. To cut off the head in one strike, in a split second, is quite the feat. In just that moment, she was able to make such a quick decision like that. Bravo. That girl. Who exactly is she? That guy, just who exactly is he? Just then a system window pops up stating congratulations. You beat the bonus monster in a 50-50 shared kill. I think it's going well for their first date. She's seeing sparks. He's seeing sparks. They should definitely make out after this. Love is in the air. The next screen says that the reward is plus 3 palace tokens, or the shield of the spirit. This is a first come first serve. How disappointing. I have to share the rewards. Well, in that case, I should choose the palace tokens. Well, our girl does everything really fast apparently. What? She chose the palace tokens? which means he is left with the Shield of the Spirit reward by default. Then she makes a West Coast W with her hand and says, "That was fun, let's do this again sometime." Damn, I like this girl. And just like that, she blinks away in the opposite direction. Hilarious. If she was a summoner, she should have picked the item instead of some unknown token. But it looks like she knows something about the tokens. Just like I do. As the sun sets behind the glorious summoning palace, we cut to a scene of the end results of the first ranked battle. Some survivors are just walking around, while others lay deceased, not making the cut. Most of the people who made it out alive are still left with deep gashes in their bodies, beaten and battered. But the show must go on. It says the system administrator of the Citation Palace will now tally up the points and issue rewards accordingly. Well, I didn't foresee this variable happening. The White Square, which our boy is a part of, killed a total of 852 monsters, leaving them in dead last place. The White Square has always been in first place. So that's why I chose the White Square without thinking about it that much. He killed 35 monsters, leaving him with rank I class rewards. The rewards include 2 palace tokens, 1 piece of fresh meat, 5 apples, and a week's worth of food. Well, damn. If I would have gotten the S-class rewards, it would have at least kept me out of hunger. Here comes the choose your own rewards options. He has the option to get the Exorcism Holy Water, the Explosion Scroll, or finally the Sword of Wind Weaver. Which one should he choose? Just then the sandwich boy comes over holding up the bottle of the holy water saying, "Man, this thing has some really funky colors to it." You have one too, right? No, I don't have the holy water. What do you mean? Did the person in charge tell you to choose the Exorcism Holy Water? So you just chose that without considering the alternatives? What do we have to consider? We just gotta do what we're told. Well, the Chad doesn't like being told what to do, so he chose the Explosion Scroll. Bro, what are you doing? Why would you choose that? Never really been good at taking orders from people. Because I'm a certified pimp. If it glows this brilliant, it's gotta be good, right? Hopefully this isn't a one-time use type of thing. Explosion Scroll. It can cast a massive explosion of magic when used. That's what I'm talking about. Explode everything. Oh, you know our boy is war-ready with a smirk like that on his face. But seriously, isn't it too much pressure to go against the grain? Your rank was lower than mine. Don't tell me this dude got more kills than me. My boy pulls up the leaderboard real quick. But once you see the scoreboard, it makes sense. There's 2 people that got over 100 frags. Kim just says, even though they're not the chosen ones, the 2 of them managed to defeat 242 together. But first place unknown? It doesn't have a name? An image of the speedster girl comes to mind. A quite skilled individual. Perhaps it was that woman. Nah man, we didn't score that high on the leaderboard. You gotta scroll down to page 3, bro. See, I got 20th, and you got 22nd. He really beat our boy, I guess. See, I killed quite a bit, huh? Park Aram only got 29 kills. Yeah, didn't he get knocked out? We then jump over to Mr. Park, choking out a dude with one arm. He says, "Bastard. Did you take my mace?" Obviously, the guy can't reply at the moment. Hey man, what's up with you? Relax. You bastard. Was it you then? You took it. Give it back. Well, dude gets kicked in the chest for speaking up. He must not have received the choice reward. What will you do from here on out? Tolerance. Hello. That's right. Wifey number 3 wants to talk to our main man. Don't mess this up, bro. You got this one in the bag. She came to you. Damn it. Sandwich boy got the jump on it. Cheeks all blushed red. He's in love already. He says, "Why hello." It then shows a window that says Bae Songi has a 0 body count. She's unnecessarily kind-hearted. I don't care what her body count is. We need to do something about our main man. Kim just says, "What's the matter?" While thinking to himself, the lowest ranking chosen one, Bae Songi. I just thought, you know that we could maybe get to know each other a little bit better. Our boy starts walking away as he says, "If you have nothing to say, then bye." He should have said, "Come take a walk with me then." She literally says, "Can I get that staff of yours?" She's talking about that moonlight staff, but we all know what staff she wanted. See, even Sandwich Boy was like, "Damn, she just said it. No beating around the bush or nothing. What can you do for me in return?" Okay, that was a good line. We'll see how bad she wants it. Anything. Just name it, and I'll do it once I'm out of here. My uncle is in the Iron Blood Knightage. Our boy just says, "Forget it. I thought you had something else. Ask your boss what they can offer me." He's looking for quests again, guys. standing in the middle of the woods, next to a well. They have their first intimate moment together. Bei then says, they say there's a hidden quest inside the dry well that grants the alchemist class. Now keep your promise. I want that staff. No deal, the alchemist class isn't worth it for me. Wait, what? Why not? I'm good at breaking things, but creating things isn't really my style. Bring me another hidden quest, one that boosts intuition, then we can talk. Wait, don't go. Just wait a minute. She then has a lively conversation with her handler, while our boy is just staring at that ass. He's hopeless, guys. He's just going to be a virgin forever. A virgin that kills demons and shit. She then says, if you want a quest that can boost your intuition, then this is the right quest. If you complete this quest all the way through, you can raise your intuition to 15. Okay, folks, looks like I'm gonna have to take one for the team. If I smash this girl real quick, I can become an all-powerful mage. In that case, it's hammer time. She then says, I'm telling the truth. Of course, it will only happen if you meet all of the conditions. And you get to do whatever you want me to. You can trust me. I'm not trying to mislead you in any way. I'll even join your harem afterwards. Remember, you have to meet all of the conditions to get what you want in there. And then boom. Romantic slow jams are playing in the background. He's got his hand on his staff, and he's giving it to her. She is now a satisfied customer, because she got the staff finally. Then our boy says, if it's a lie, I'll make you pay. And just like that, our boy is no longer a virgin. He hit and quit it. One time is fine with him. He had to look back up to let the viewers know how deep that hole was. Just then the quest window pops up. Traces of the 8 hero Eckhart. You are witnessing the wonder of the era. The final trial of the true hero Eckhart. Welcome to the alchemy world. A system window with a big-ass mouth is screaming like we just bought tickets to the circus. What the fuck? Bro, you can't be running up on people like that. I almost killed your ass. 8 hero Eckhart. I've heard of the 7th hero, but Eckhart is a new name for me. This is some bullshit. The system window pops up and states, you insulted the revered 8th hero. -1 intuition. Well, our boy is not too happy about that. He's trying to become a powerful mage. You can't just take his hard-earned intuition away. So he does what he does best. Hulk smash. The system quest window. The window just trolls him by saying, the legacy of the 8 hero never dies. If you don't give me my shit back, I'll tear down this whole motherfucking place down. That seemed to work, because he's begging for his life. There you go, bro. Damn. Chill out. I was just playing. He's still heated. He got his shit back, but you can tell. He still wants to go to war. You can feel it, huh? I won't do the quest for now. I honestly have no clue what and why they wrote that. Then the window just disappears, leaving our boy and anybody watching super confused. Okay, it's back. The final trial of the 8 hero Eckhart. Every challenge grants 1 point of intuition, with a maximum of 10. Obtain something familiar upon meeting specific conditions, and a chance to achieve a heroic feat. They're trying really hard to tempt us with those rewards though. Only up to 10 intuition? How much do you want then? I want 20. I won't do it for less. Bro, did you forget to take your medicine? 12. Alright, peace. I'm out of here. As he's walking away it says 14. 15. Why? What is it? I can't raise it any further. That's all I can give you. Bet. Don't give some bullshit excuse later on, or I'll kill you. Okay, we're finally about to start the quest for real this time. A status window that understands me, huh? The person who created this place and this quest seems more interesting than I thought. He then whips out that hammer, winds it all the way back, and just destroys that big-ass door in one swing. I don't think he even checked to see if it was unlocked first. Moving on. As the dust starts to settle, we appear to be in a really old alchemist lab. Taking in the view, our boy seems to have noticed something. Well, what do we have here? He reaches in to grab some potion-looking bottles. The system window then states that you felt overwhelming power in Eckhart's legacy. It then rewards him with +1 intuition. His reaction is the same reaction as ours. For real. Just by touching a couple bottles? The red system window pops up and says, why are you still talking shit when you got what you wanted? When all else fails, just smash shit. What? You want me to kill you now, right? A quest window pops up that states, the great legacy of the 8 hero recognized you. The first trial. Prove the alchemist's talent. Enter a menacing-looking golem. Our boy is trying to predict how long it will take to bust this thing up. Turns out those camera angles can do wonders in those profile pictures, because it seems that he'll be facing a baby golem. Prove it. See, there goes the camera angles again. Prove my alchemist talent? Okay, here, have a taste of this. The potions smash into the baby golem's head, and then ignites a small fire where it landed. The baby golem then proceeds to run around in circles, freaking the fuck out for some reason, and just falls over and dies, I guess. You stop the mad golem. Rewards. +1 to intuition. And an alchemist manual. Talent my ass. That piece of shit just showed up and then fell over and died by himself. Our boy then spots the golem core glowing inside the fallen golem. I feel like I cheated. Seriously, are they just going to let me speed run through this whole quest? If this was made by Eckhart, then maybe he'd grant me a decent familiar spirit. Leaving the room, our boy is making his way into a corridor with a system window. Unfold the advancement manual on the altar to attain the alchemist's title. This is indeed a proper altar. It wasn't just for show. If I want to go further, I have to become an alchemist first. From here on out, only those with the qualifications of an alchemist can challenge the trial. This shit is child's play. A loud screeching noise can then be heard, giving our boy a little jump scare. It seems that the hallway is now covered in rusty spikes coming out of the top and bottom. I guess it won't be easy to get up out of here. Was it really necessary to go this far? Okay, what is going on with this manual? I need 20 palace tokens to open it up? What the fuck is this shit? The window says, trust me, it'll be worth it. In order to move forward, I guess I have to do it. There, take all of my shit, man. You've acquired the hidden class, Alchemist. The altar comes alive as the manual floats into the air. See, I told you to have faith in me. I can't wait to get through this so I can start breaking things again. Man, I got system windows making kissy faces at me now. Main class, Warrior of Beginnings. A mythical class too. Subclasses include a high-level chef and finally the alchemist, both being rare classes. Welcome, Alchemist. The true trials are about to begin now. I wonder what comes next. If it's the same bullshit, then I might actually lose my shit. Entering another room that looks like a lab, we see a cauldron sitting in the middle. Our boy is just wondering what the hell is this supposed to be? Maybe he has to use his cooking skills now that he's a chef. We have another altar, but it looks like there's a bunch of spider webs holding something up. Combine the materials on the table to craft an item that can release the binding of the motto golem. You got 10 minutes. A fire is then ignited underneath the cauldron. Looks like he does have to cook up something. Better get to work, buddy. Information about natural elements. Is this a fundamental skill for an alchemist? Wings of the lava butterfly. Riverbank stone. Blind man's herb. Purified water. Aside from that, our boy is able to just recall detailed information about each item like he's done this a million times. Purified water is optimal for the intended alchemical fusion. I guess I'll just throw everything in and see what happens. After gaining the alchemist class title, it seems like this is all muscle memory now. Okay, where is the next ingredient? Riverbank stone, which possesses the element of air, creating friction. He smashes the stones and sprinkles it in there like seasoning salt. Now add the wings of the lava butterfly, which has the fire element and helps dissolve weaker substances. Man, this shit is so annoying, but I need those intuition points. Is this shit supposed to look like this? Why did it turn black all of a sudden? It must be that they are opposite elements. Well, then I need the blind man's herb, which will neutralize ingredients with opposite properties. I'm just going to add the whole pile all at once. We'll just let that simmer for a second. God damn it. Look how much mana I'm wasting on this bullshit. No wonder people call this a useless class. Bro, Songchiel, you need to calm down, man. Eckhart's spirit admires your boldness and alchemical prowess. It is evident that you possess exceptional qualities akin to the 8 hero. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make that purple drink. Man, that actually worked out. I guess I really did inherit the alchemy skills just like that. Are they trying to make me dissolve a spider web with this? Nothing is happening. Did I do something wrong? Thought you'd get a free meal. Huh? With 30 seconds left on the clock, a system window shows up stating that he needs a solvent of grade D or higher. This whole quest is some bullshit, man. Look, man, if you ain't got the skills, then just leave, bro. When was the last time that I felt like I was actually being challenged? You all know what this look means. Hulk smash time. Our boy then grips onto the spider webs, with 15 seconds left on the clock, and just starts ripping the webs off with his bare hands. Are you fucking crazy? This is definitely not going to be acknowledged by the quest. But our boy just does not care. He lets out all of his frustrations and starts yelling at the top of his lungs. With his maxed out strength stats, he's playing tug of war in an alchemist quest. Like, get this shit out of here. You think some spider webs can hold me back? Well, plot armor goes a long way, because it accepts and says that all that he has left to do is use his alchemy skills to take down the golem. Now that the golem has been released, it's time to fight, I guess. Our boy is in his element now, so he just jumps towards the golem and whips out the hammer. He supercharges that bitch up while doing his favorite Jumpman pose, tongue hanging out of his mouth and everything. Activate the alchemist's third form, hammer donkey punch forbidden technique. He just straight up nuked the entire place, leaving a hole in the ceiling so big you can see the night sky. The red system window is just like, what the fuck, bro? That's not how that's supposed to work. Shut the fuck up and give me my reward. You little bitch ass con artist. Who you calling a bitch? I told you what would happen, bro. Well, boys, that was an interesting quest, wasn't it? I guess the writers decided that there needs to be some comic relief in between all the killing. So our boy completed the quest, and they left him an artifact as a prize. That's right, now we're talking. He gets the Book of the Creator Alchemist, a familiar spirit, living book of Bertologia, and the coveted 11 intuition points. Just then someone can be heard asking, "Can I say something to you? You are nothing but a con artist. You frickin' scammer." That's right, this must be the living book spirit that he just got rewarded. But wait, the book opens up and a pocket wife magically appears. They just met and she's already scolding him. The pocket wife says, "This is the worst. How did I end up with such a master? And what the hell are you supposed to be? My name is Bertologia. I am the living book. Your familiar spirit granted as a reward for overcoming the trials. No, what I mean is, what can you do for me?" Our boy got a taste of that sloppy toppy in the woods a minute ago, and he's already moving on to number 2 with a 1,000-year-old book mommy. Huh, what an unpleasant thing to say. What else can I expect from a fraud who passed the trial using brute force? Flipping the pages in the book, she says, "Within me lies the knowledge of alchemy left by Eckhart." Our boy just grabs onto the book and says, "Get over here, let me take a good look at you." She's yelling, "If you want to take a look at it, just say so. You don't have to be so rough with me. Hey girl, can you lift the curse of the damnation? That's impossible. Even Eckhart himself failed to lift that curse." I see. Well then, what's this? The Book of the Creator Alchemist? The Book of the Creator Alchemist is a legendary rank class advancement. Upon usage, you'll acquire the legendary class Creator Alchemy. The conditions are absolutely ridiculous. If she's Eckhart's daughter, she would have aged and died thousands of years ago, wouldn't she? He said that's too old for my tastes and proceeds to throw that shit away. Who said she died? She is here. Looking back and forth, our boy is like, where? I am Eckhart's daughter, Bertologia. Shut up, skank. He smashes spirit girls. He crushes system windows. He passes alchemy quests with hammers. Our boy is multi-talented, isn't he? He then proceeds to throw away his pocket wifey. Get this shit out of here. What an interesting daughter you have, Eckhart. All right, I'll make good use of her later. Okay, moving on. We head back to the summoning palace. The flying squirrel just got done delivering another note from the mage girl. So now he gets to enjoy his reward. For the next ranked match, we have Pac-Man. This time the enforcer is Tam Tam. The rewards are given based on the difference between ranks. At the bottom it reads, "If you aren't able to resist bribes, then you probably won't make it out of this one, my guy." Pac-Man rules. Boss Tam Tam. If your ranking is low, the number of palace tokens will decrease accordingly. He's rough with the ladies, but gentle with the animals. That checks out. He's a stand-up guy. That means it implies that there will be a delay in obtaining magical power. I must utilize everything at my disposal and secure first place this time. I can't directly participate. I need some sort of strategy. First, I need to get those chosen people in check. This is what I gotta deal with, I guess. Hey guys, look, it's wifey number 3. Sandwich Boy is still trying to get in those sheets. Park is looking to kill another one of our protagonist's wives. All of them favor Bae Sungai, and Bae Sungai lacks the sacred water of exorcism. If I create a situation for Bae Sungai, then the simps will surely follow. Out of nowhere, our boy starts blurting out what they need to do. Perform 1,000 sword swings. Do every strength exercise in the training hall 1,000 times. Run 1,000 laps. And hunt low-level monsters in the forest. What the hell is this shit? I just came here because I wanted to have a good look at Miss Bae here. As he creepily plays with her hair. What the hell? Park Aram. I was wondering why he was here. It seems like he's showing his true colors right off the jump. Don't touch me, you bastard. I belong to Kim Song-chail now. Fucking bitch. If I wasn't stuck in this place, I wouldn't even give you a second look. In other words, she's a 10 in this place, but a 6 in the real world. Don't talk about her like that. This dude just stuck his ass right in the jaw for talking shit about his girl. He's sticking up for me. But what if he finds out that I let Kim Song-chail hit already? Getting held back by the other guy? The dude says, I'm gonna kill this guy once and for all today. You hit me just now, didn't you? So obviously he's slow, or he just doesn't know how to talk shit very well. Cracking his knuckles. They're all like, what's up then? These bastards. Wait until I go tell my daddy what happened. And then he turns around and runs away. Hilarious. Park Aram isn't one to be underestimated. We now jump over to the training yard. Our boy is doing exactly what he recommended to the others. Everyone else is looking like they're about to pass out. Does dude ever get tired? Listen everyone, after completing the training, I'll cook up some of the best food you've ever tasted. We then move over to the area where the Glasses Dudes gang resides. His name is Cheon Jongsik. People are looking all sick and beaten up. 1,000 sword swings? Hunt low-level monsters? It's cool and all, but who would be willing to do all of that? Our boy replies, what do you mean? Why wouldn't they? Because that shit's too hard. We don't have much food left. Nobody has the energy to even attempt any kind of training like that. This man is carrying a burden beyond his abilities. It's not unexpected, but still, I understand. But nothing will change if the situation doesn't change. I know, but I can't lead those unwilling to follow. Well, I'm not going to waste my time here. He then moves over to the Mohawk dude's camp and tries to reason with him. So you're saying you're going around telling people how to double their stats? Yes. By doing this, most of your followers will jump from 12 to 24 in each of their stat categories. Okay, well, double the stats sounds good. A quick thinker like him will surely be useful. But my strength is exactly 24 right now. If you're lying, I'll kill your entire family. Kill my entire family? What a goofy-ass thing to say. Just then, Mohawk notices something out of the corner of his eye, and instantly sends a knife flying through the air. He's dangerous, but sometimes we need a wild boy like him. We then see that someone was trying to steal a loaf of bread and paid with his life for it. Doesn't this dude look familiar? He does have a resemblance to that guy, doesn't he? I don't know who he's talking about, but it could be Park Aram. Everyone gather around. He's on top of his shit. After the ranking matches, there will be a bloodbath within the summoning square. Mohawk says, from now on we'll train like hell. They really drew our boy doing the Salt Bay pose. For real? Your boy is putting that rare chef class to work. Look at that spread. It's got everyone drooling at the mouth right now. Okay, all done. Let's eat everyone. Oh my god. Hell yeah. The smell is killing me. This shit looks fire. The girl brings food over Sandwich Boy. She's like, here, eat this. Oh, thanks. Our boy is just like, what the hell is this shit? Thank you for what you did back then. Laughing, he's like, oh that was nothing. Our boy noticed Park Aram sneaking around like a little rat. Man, what kind of shitty drama movie did I just encounter over there? Tomorrow, the preparation for the ranking matches is complete. No matter what you're trying to scheme, if you get in my way, I'll slit your throat, Park Aram. The rank match has begun. Tam Tam is an extremely ferocious and brutal monster. Everyone is getting the same pop-up windows. Escape from Tam Tam's pursuit for 1 hour. If you defeat Tam Tam, you will simultaneously achieve victory. Of course, if it's possible, that is. Tam Tam, the one who kills people for amusement, is the most dangerous entity to the summoners. Wifey is trying to let her man know that Sandwich Boy has gone missing and she's unable to find him anywhere. Sandwich Boy disappeared? Don't tell me this has to do with Park Aram. Just then the door gets bashed in so hard that it's sent airborne. Well, this isn't looking good because that door is huge and looks heavy. Whatever beast just did that has got to be a scary-ass monster. A nasty-looking hand grips onto the brick wall. Look, it's a monkey. Okay, it's not a monkey. It's King Kong up in this bitch. I'll be honest. I was going to stop here because the site was going through maintenance or something. But let's keep going. Sandwich Boy has gone missing. Something weird is going on. All of the nominees are gathered over there. But what the hell is Park Air Ram standing over there? More importantly, what is he holding in his hand? The door gets bashed in and sent flying through the air. Shit. Has it started? Tam Tam is about to beat the hell out of everyone. Let's be real. Everybody run. Well, if you would have put your group to work, then they would have had a better chance, boy. Screaming and yelling. Everyone is just trying to survive. But it looks like they barely can reach the knees of that monster. Damn, man. He's about to take out like 20 people in one swipe. Look at the size of that arm. Okay, clearly this is going to be a massacre. It's crushing people up like he has a handful of roaches and throws them into his mouth like he's eating popcorn. How are they supposed to survive for an hour? At least this ranked match is more exciting than the zombies from the other round. This beast looks super badass as he's chomping down on those poor people. Leader, what should we do? Can we even face something like this? He says, everyone spread out. From here on out, we have to do our best to survive on our own. You have to try to outrun this thing till the end. Our boy just turns around, while everyone else is still trying to figure out what the hell they should be doing right now. For now, let's try to avoid it. There's no time to explain. The monkey is just having a good time, isn't he? He's diving through the air like he's at the swimming pool. At this point, people are just giving up. I mean, look at this dude, standing there with his hands on his waist. They don't even have their swords equipped. The leader of the nominees says, okay, it's time. Let's prepare ourselves. As he pops the bottle of his potion, exorcised water, a glow of purple and pink energy is then released. King Kong goes crazy after witnessing this. But it looks like King Kong is too late, because the whole group is now surrounded by a shield energy. Tam Tam lets out a massive roar that sends dust stirring up into the air. But the self-appointed leader just says, get lost, monkey. The people inside the barrier can be heard saying, good thing we chose the exorcised water. Yeah, we almost died. While Park Air Ram is just running away. Take a look at this guy. It states that he is commander of the Stormfront Union Corps. His name is Armukbach. He says, Beck Guangjang's crew was unlucky to have Pac-Man rule and face Tam Tam. Damn these bastards from the Summoning Palace. They are blatantly drying out the Iron Blood Knightage at this point. Have they been paid by the Empire? Daddy then rushes off to find Mommy. As he's walking down the corridor, this girl just teleports right next to him and says, you called? I don't think I've received a report after Park Air Ram not getting an exorcised water. You don't have to worry about that. I already gave it to him. Is that so? That's a God of the Order's item. From what I know, you can't just use magic or alchemy to make it. Sacrifice small things for a greater deed. I only followed the rule of the Iron Blood Knightage. Meanwhile, people are still getting messed up. Running, hiding under rocks, playing dead. Whatever it takes to not end up like that person. You can see an arm getting severed off from Tam Tam's 3-foot-long teeth. Our boy is hiding behind a pillar counting. His count is up to 62. How long are we going to hide? Until that thing's stomach is full. Then when will that thing get full? It'll be full after it eats about 30 more people. Well, what the hell is Park Air Ram doing? Is he going to try to fight it? He can't be that slow, can he? Well, boys, are we finally going to see Mr. Poopy Pants bite the dust? Holding up his sword, he goes charging in, and then whips his sword through the air. As he says, you fucking monkey bastard. Ping. The sword literally bounces off Tam Tam's shoulder. Well, now what's the plan, big boy? He starts yelling, I'm right here, bitch. Come and get me, you monkey bastard. Monkey boy got the message, because he charges in with his mouth wide open ready to attack. Wait, he's leading that monster right over here. Was that his plan all along? The piece of shit whips out his exorcised water, turns back to our boy, and says, you know who this exorcised water belongs to, right? Our boy says, when I give you the signal, run straight over to the training site. Will this piece of shit ever die? Monkey boy is then seen jumping into the air, over the dirt bag as he says, Step on that guy right over there. Everyone spread out. Now. Just then the monkey comes crashing down. But it looks as though everyone was able to get out of the way. Our boy presses the juke button, just to show us that he can do it. As the shithead yells, let's see how long you can hold out. You pussy. Talking all big because you have the exorcised water. So predictable. Everything is going smoothly because of you. It's going to start soon. Everyone get to your positions. Yelling out orders while running straight up the middle. Our Chad is just dodging all of the monkey's attacks. Guys, is that what I think that is? Is he going to make monkey go boom? Getting into his blow shit up stance. He says explosion, which hits the monkey right in the dick. Damn, that explosion scroll turned out to be a pretty good choice.